Hello, this is Christina, Xtina Craft-haulic on YouTube, and One Scrappy Scrapper on Instagram. Thanks for stopping by. I just wanted to share how I made this little bus. It is constructed with 110-pound cardstock. I used 3 sheets of 8.5 by 11 and my designer paper. I think it's just an old Sizzix pad that I had, and I will show you how I made it. No dies, no cutting machine. This is it. Okay, so first we're gonna take one of our sheets and cut it down to 6 by 8.5, and we need 2 of those. So we'll cut that because we know it's 8.5 already. We'll cut this at 6, and then we'll use this piece for the bottom. Then we'll cut the next piece, or not the bottom, the ends. So you get the ends and the sides out of these 2 pieces. So 6 by 8.5. And then this, we need it to be 5 by 6. So it should be already at 5. Yep. So we're just going to cut this to 6. And then these will be the end pieces. There we go. Now it's going to be a whole lot of scoring. So, get this out of the way. Sorry, my scoreboard is beat up. We got our score tool. First we'll start with the sides, and they're going to be scored exactly the same. And this is probably the most complicated part. So you go 1/2 inch, 1 1/4, 3 1/4, and then 3/8 from the bottom. So that is 5 5/8. Alright, and then we'll do the same thing on this one. So again, 1/2, 1 1/4, 3 1/4, and what did I say, 5 5/8. And we'll save that because we got to do some more marking on these pieces of paper. And then, since those measurements are fresh, we do the exact same on the ends. 1/2, 1 1/4, 3 1/4, and then 5 5/8. This has got some funky stuff on it, so. Whoops. Okay. Now, back to the long pieces. So you want to take the long side, put it up to the top, and this is where it gets kind of messy. So for the front, this is what we're going to do first. We're going to score it from the first score line to the second score line up at 1/4 inch. Okay. And then you want to feel and go 3 bumps over. So to 5/8. I believe that's right. Yeah. 5/8 of an inch. Okay. This all seems kind of confusing, but it'll make sense after we get our other lines in. Now, we want to go up to the top and make little dots on this score line at 1.5. So you just make a little mark, an indentation at 1.5 and 1 7/8, which is the notch right in front of the 2. Okay, so right in there. Now at the second score line down, you go to 7/8, which is right here, and just try and feel in that groove and then make a little mark. You could also do this with a ruler and just measure in to 7/8 and make a little pencil mark. And then 1 1/4. So you should have marks like that. Okay? Because then we're going to take something squishy and something straight, and we are going to connect the inside lines together. So from this point to this score, just like that, and then this point to this point, like this, and then just score it all the way up. All right, and then do the same thing with the other score lines on the outside. There we go. Just like that, and then up. So you should have some lines that look like that. And that is the front corner. All right, and then I'll show you how to cut that in just a bit. Now for the back, it's quite similar. So I'm just going to flip the sheet over, but the measurements are different because the angle's different. So we want to go in, but these are different. So quarter inch in, and then 3 over. 1, 2, 3 to 5/8. All right. It probably would have been easier to show you with this. So line the edge up. You could absolutely take it. Here, I'll get a, if I had a pen, you see. Of course, my kids are always stealing my pens. Oh, here we go. Okay. So sorry about this color on the same color. So we'll try this. And I'm gonna zoom in a little right here. Sorry. Like that. There we go. Okay. So for this edge, you're going to go in a 1/4 inch right here, and then 5/8 right here up to the second score line. And then at the top, the very, very top score line, you want to go to 1 3/8. So 1, 2, 3/8 is your mark, and then 1 3/4 right there. And then the next score line down, you go to 1 inch and 3/4 of an inch. All right, and then again, we're gonna just score to those dots. Just like that. There we go. Oh shoot, I'm out of frame. Sorry. So I just scored on these from one to the other, just connecting the dots. So we have both sides done. Now I'm going to show you how to cut these. So on the very bottom, from the very bottom edge, we're just going to cut up to this score line and then cut up to this score line and then leave those flaps, okay? And then right here we're just going to cut just straight in and a little wedge out, just like that. You don't want to take too much out of there. Same here, just like that. And then cut on this score line, like so. And then I just took and chopped off a bit, so there was a little cleaner of an angle there. Alright, now I just flipped it over. Here's the other side. I'm just going to clean this up, and then we're going to do exactly the same thing. Chop out. Alright. And then with these, you want to cut from the bottom up, just like that. And then fold on all your score lines. And then we will do the exact same thing with the other piece. Again, you can burnish all these once you've got them. Once I just bend the paper a little, I like to fold them with my hands, and then if I want to go in and burnish with a bone folder, I will then do that. But I don't need these like box crisp edges. So there's that side. So you want to do the exact same thing with the other side, and then I will show you how to do the ends. And the ends, the measurements for the ends are very similar to the sides, but you just cut them off. So what we're going to do is of course you guys get to see all my goodies in the background. Sorry, my light doesn't want to stay. Come on. Alright. There we go. Hopefully that'll do it. Okay. I'll just move you closer. Alright. So you want to go at 1 inch and 1 inch. And then make a mark at 3/8. 1, 2, 3. Make a mark. And actually, I'm going to flip this one over and do it because I don't think this board is accurate. Alright, so with these, what you want to do is just cut. So we're going to cut straight down on the short score line here. Actually, there's a short score line here, but okay. This is your top with the 1/2 inch, and the bottom has the 3/8 of an inch. So we have the 1/2 inch and then the 3/4 inch. So on the 1/2 inch side, we want to turn it towards us and cut up to the 1/2 inch line on both of those. Then I am just gonna cut it to my little mark here, and then from that mark you go to the next score line out to the side. Alright, and I'm going to flip it over and do the exact same thing. So from the 1/2 inch, cut out to the 3/8, and then from that mark on that score line, cut straight out to that point. Alright, and then you can chop in your little corners here. Okay. So I'll get the other pieces ready and I'll be back.